Hey there, Morbid Maniacs, it's time for another spooky video. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm gonna be talking about haunted McDonald's locations and also a haunted Ronald McDonald statue. The legend takes place in a city of which I'm not gonna be able to pronounce, so I'll leave it on the screen somewhere for you guys, Mexico, in either 2004 to 2005. As the story goes, one night, two young men were out drinking at a nightclub, and they had just left and were very hungry and decided to stop for a late night snack at McDonald's. Once they had gotten their food, they sat down on this Ronald McDonald bench. I've never personally seen one of these, so there used to be like these benches that they had at McDonald's with Ronald McDonald statues like sitting on them, and they're very like creepy to look at. While they were eating their Big Mac meals, they chatted about their night and all the fun that they had had drinking. When one of the friends got up to throw his trash away, and the other laid his head down on Ronald McDonald's lap and said, "I'm tired." Just as he did that, this Ronald McDonald statue turned his head down, looked at him, and said, "I'm tired too." It kind of makes me laugh in a way. Now, it was believed that one of these young men actually died from shock of what had happened, and the other was put into a coma. Apparently, the security cameras at McDonald's had captured everything on camera. Unfortunately, word still spread around, and McDonald's ended up removing all of their Ronald McDonald benches from their restaurants. Now, personally, I kind of believe that this story is made up. It makes for a creepy story, that's for sure. Like, if this ever happened to me, I'd be pretty freaked out by it, because I do find Ronald McDonald, like, really creepy. I feel like the guys were drunk, so like they could have imagined the whole thing in their head or like made it up because they were drunk, you know? But I don't know. What do you guys think of that whole creepy legend of the haunted Ronald McDonald statue? Also, I'm very curious, see any of these Ronald McDonald benches for yourself? Like, did you have one where you live? Because I've personally never seen one. Now we're going to get into some haunted McDonald's restaurants. So this McDonald's is located in Quiro, Texas. I'm probably saying that wrong. And before this McDonald's was ever a restaurant, it was first a gas station. Apparently this gas station was where several tragedies and accidents had taken place. It was said that back in the early 1960s that a little 4-year-old boy was accidentally ran over by his mother here. There was also said to be a mechanic who got killed in the early 1980s when a door to the garage's car lift malfunctioned, crushing him. It turned out that that same exact day that he had passed away, that the police had attempted arresting him for the murder of his 6-year-old daughter who went missing 10 years prior. Since 2002, guests and employees of this Texas McDonald's have reported experiencing eerie sounds, also witnessed and heard toilets flushing by themselves. And their walk-in fridge is also said to malfunction at night, turning off and on by itself. This next haunted McDonald's that I'm going to be talking about is in Idabel, Oklahoma. Now, I'm not sure much of the history or the origins of how this one actually got started, but apparently there were two maintenance workers on two separate occasions who entered this McDonald's and seen a little girl walking into the men's restroom. Both of these incidents were said to have taken place at 5 a.m. before the restaurant was opened. Later, a McDonald's employee had actually witnessed the men's restroom door open and remain open. When the employee checked the restroom to see if anyone was in there, there was no one. It was completely empty. It was also said that all of the toilets in the women's restroom flush all by themselves. A janitor lady had actually quit due to an encounter that she had had with the spirit of this little girl. She had apparently heard the little girl giggling after she had locked up the restaurant for the night, and was so disturbed by this that she quit. The employees have also experienced cold spots in the restaurant, and computers will turn on by themselves. This next haunted McDonald's location is located in Colorado Springs, and this is a very, very creepy one. It is said that this McDonald's is built on an ancient burial mound. However, there is no evidence actually backing this up. Employees have reported seeing a Native American man who seems to be transparent in the kitchen. There have also been sounds of children's screams there. It's said to be because of this pioneering family being completely massacred back in the late 1800s. The employees have also heard phantom screams coming from the bathroom, accompanied by strange language and barking by a phantom lady at around 3:30 a.m. There have also been reports of the water running in the sinks in the bathroom when they're completely turned off. So that one was probably like the creepiest one to me out of all the ones that I found, just because that one part in one of the Creepshow movies, and if you've seen the movie then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like there's a part in like Creepshow 2 where there's this like Native American statue that just like comes to life after these like teenagers were making fun of it, and like it comes to their home and like scalps them. It's just really creepy. So this haunted McDonald's location is located in Windsor, Canada. So there's not really much to the story on this one, but a customer had reportedly walked into the restaurant and kneeled over dead of a heart attack. Since then, employees have reported sounds of footsteps and keys jingling when no one is around. And then the last haunted McDonald's location is not actually haunted, it's just a very creepy, eerie concept, and I had to throw it in this video for you guys, and it's located in Vancouver, Canada. So in 1986, McDonald's had spent over $9 million to build a floating McDonald's restaurant. So yes, this is a floating McDonald's restaurant. It's on a yacht. They wanted to use this floating restaurant as a way of traveling around as a fast food themed attraction. But the yacht soon grew abandoned and just became a shell of its former self. Locals have called this McDonald's the ghost ship because of its eerie appearance. However, no one has actually came forward saying that they've experienced something paranormal on this ship. I think it's just the concept of it and like how it looks now. Now the boat is covered in dirt, graffiti, rust, and it's a very eerie sight to see. Apparently there was a man who bought the boat in 2012 and had plans of restoring it back to its former self, and this restoration was supposed to take place in 2016. However, unfortunately nothing happened. So those were all of the haunted McDonald's restaurants that we're going to be talking about today. Now I would just like to bring up a few things that this reminded me of. I don't know if you guys remember, like if you were a 90s kid or grew up in the early 2000s or whatever, you guys remember the Ronald McDonald tapes that they used to sell there? My dad would get those for me all the time and I absolutely loved those. Like I'd watch them constantly. I believe my favorite one was the Haunted Mansion one that they had, of course. I've always been into spooky crap. They also had those little Happy Meal trick-or-treat pills, which I'm pretty sure they don't sell anymore, which sucks. Like, why does everything have to go to shit as you get older? I don't understand. I loved to collect those when I was a kid. Also, another thing that they took out was the playgrounds that they used to have. I don't know why they took those out, but they had to make McDonald's boring. Anyway, what do you guys think of all of these creepy McDonald's locations? Which one do you think is the creepiest? And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already and become a morbid maniac. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. As well as seeing and witnessing. That makes no sense. Seeing and witnessing. Both of these incidents had taken place at 5 Ion.